Hello and welcome to the Tuesday edition of Talking Football. And after analyzing the action of the Premier League yesterday, today it's time to look at the Serie A, Bundesliga and La Liga. With me in the studio are once again football analyst Amit Leventhal and Michael Friedman. And on our show today we salute Cristiano Ronaldo, who's now the leading goal scorer in the history for Real Madrid. We also salute Bayern Munich, who set a new record in Germany. And we look at the very intense fight at the top of the Italian league. All this and much more coming up. Here we go. Very few people, if any, had any doubts about Real Madrid beating Levante over the weekend. They won 3-0. The real question was, will Cristiano Ronaldo be on target for the 324th time and become Real Madrid's leading goal scorer in history? The answer is yes. After leaving some legendary strikers like Hugo Sanchez, Ferenc Puskás and Alfredo Di Stefano behind, Ronaldo is now also past Raúl, and when he looks forward, there's no one there. I24 News reporter Yoav Borovic with a story.
The CR7 legend has done it again. On Saturday, Cristiano Ronaldo became the leading scorer in Real Madrid's history with 324 goals.
Being part of a team like Real Madrid with those players that play by my side obviously gives me more opportunities to win, and I thank them again, because without them it would be impossible.
The 30-year-old Portuguese striker needed a mere 310 matches across 7 seasons to overtake his predecessor Raúl's tally of 323 goals amassed in 741 games over 16 years.
I am not satisfied. I always want more. I know I am the only one who has 4 European scoring titles, but I want more. I want a 5th one and a 6th one, if possible.
As he enters his 4th decade, it seems CR7 is not slowing down. On the contrary, his appetite for goals grows larger by the match.
Amit is an incredible player, a true legend, and yet, I'm sorry I have to spoil the party, I mentioned names like Puskás, Di Stefano, these Hugo Sanchez, they led the teams to dynasties, whereas Ronaldo won 1 Champions League and 1 Spanish League. How will he be remembered?
In 6 years, yeah. I think we live in a generation that everything is so personalized. You know, in the social media, we tend to look into an individual and not into the teams. So it became like an individual issue, competition between Ronaldo and Messi, who is the best. But and I think that's a bit sad because it's about teams. Football is about teams. So he will be remembered as a legend. Maybe not playing in the best Real Madrid teams, but some people, his people that like Ronaldo will say, look what he's done. Although Real Madrid did not win titles and did not have the best teams and had to confront Barcelona, the greatest Barcelona, but. I think he must deliver, in the crunch time. He did it. He did everything. Cannot ask for much more than what he did. So I think he will be remembered as the greatest Real Madrid striker of all time, the greatest player of all time, but not the greatest symbol of all time, because what he achieved is amazing. But there were more people who grew up in this club and they symbol the club much more than him.
And Mike, Real Madrid travels to Vigo next weekend. Vigo is a place where Barcelona recently lost 4-1. What should Real Madrid expect?
Not an easy matchup, that's for sure. Celta Vigo is making everybody look at them and say, okay, they can challenge. Them going and beating, Barcelona. This means they're a top team. They came in 8th last year, and right now they're fighting for the top of the La Liga. So it's a team that's not going to be a match for Ronaldo and them to just walk all over. In Real Madrid, they're going to want to take this win, and the title race is so tight up top that it can be, it could be a 2, 3, 4 team, matchup in the end.
And now we mentioned Barcelona. They have to. Neymar finally seemed to get in for Messi, scoring 4 goals this game. Will they be able to cope all the way to January when they can finally bring in players or play those that they already brought?
Yes, Barcelona still want, they apply to, I think, to CAS, to the International Justice Courts of Sports in Lausanne. They want to start, using their buy from the summer because of the injuries. Very doubtful if it will help them. They need to probably wait till January, but Now it's Neymar's chance, because when Messi is not around, one of the big talks in the rumor mill, you could say, is that Neymar maybe is considering a move away to Manchester United or another big and rich club. And the reason for that is that as long as he's in Barcelona, he will always be
second best.
The soloist will be Messi. So if he wants to grow and really be a contender for the best player in the world, he must leave Barcelona. And that's very interesting to see, because now when Messi is not around, he has a problem to shine, especially with he has all the off-the-court troubles as he has with the Santos thing.
All these affairs.
Yes, but he's a tremendous footballer. He played very, very well.
We saw him doing great. Amit, let's now take a look at all the results from the past weekend in the Spanish League. And Celta Vigo, as we said, are still up there with the two giants. Nolito gave them the win with a last-minute winner in Villarreal, team that led the standings ahead of the weekend. Atletico Madrid are close by after beating Real Sociedad away. Antoine Griezmann did not celebrate when he scored against his former club. Yannick Carrasco added one more for the Colchoneros in stoppage time. Deportivo La Coruña are also still not far after a 2-2 draw at home with Athletic Bilbao. Now to the Bundesliga, where there's great football, colorful fans, beautiful stadiums, but no title race at all. Bayern Munich are on the course for their 4th consecutive title with no one there to stop them. They now have recorded the best start of the season, 9 out of 9, and as good as their opponents, especially Dortmund, may be, the Bavarians are just in a league of their own.
Bayern Munich continues to set themselves apart from everyone else in Germany. With another victory, the Bavarian club set a new Bundesliga record, winning 9 straight matches from the start of the season. A brilliant goal by Thomas Müller in the 23rd minute was all they needed to pass Werder Bremen and take 3 more points. It may look easy for the fans, but manager Pep Guardiola knows it was a battle.
We've won a tough game. Bremen defended very deep. It wasn't easy to find gaps, especially since we had no wingers. We controlled the match, but it'll be difficult towards the end if it's only 1-0. Congratulations to the team. This victory means a lot to me.
Bayern are the clear favorite to retain the Bundesliga title, but Borussia Dortmund are having a fantastic start to the season with new manager Thomas Tuchel, who returned to Mainz to face his former club. The Yellow and Black took the 3 points. Marco Reus slipped the ball easily past the goalkeeper to put his team up. Although he missed a penalty later in the match, Dortmund would punish Mainz after another defensive error with a goal by Mkhitaryan. The team hopes to stay on Bayern Munich's tail as they sit just 7 points behind the leaders. But what hope does the Borussia side have over the Bavarian Giants? Is there any real threat of Bayern not winning this season? After only 9 matches, it appears there is little chance of anyone toppling the reigning champions.
Amit, Borussia Dortmund are supposed to be the team to challenge Bayern Munich, but Bayern beat them 5-1. Wolfsburg did a lot of troubles for Bayern Munich last year. They beat them 5-1. Why should this ever change? Ever?
Well, I think it's really sad what's going on in the German league, in the Bundesliga. I read a very interesting interview with Ivan Perisic, who left Wolfsburg to Inter this summer, Inter Milan, and he said that the lack of competition in Germany, it forced a lot of players. They have no ambition there. They know they won't win the title. It's very a tough situation when you come to a league and you have no chance at all. It's only one team there. They are so strong. The structure in Bayern is, I think, it's going to be also not healthy for Bayern itself, because when the lack of competition, it's the lack of interest. It brings lack of interest, and it can harm and finally it could harm the income of Bayern Munich as well. So they need to make something, but I don't see what's possible really. Only maybe take off some of the stars.
And Mike, if we look at Dortmund on the other hand, they're a delight to watch. Thomas Tuchel doing a great job, and he's winning in Mainz, his former club. You look at Aubameyang, Mkhitaryan, and Marco Reus. That's beautiful to watch, and you got to wonder which of these 3 will get the big offer from Munich in the summer. They'll fit along with Götze and Lewandowski just fine.
And that's the problem with the Bundesliga, is that you have one team that's so strong and they're capable of taking any player they want. Dortmund, they have some top players, and as long as those players stay there, there's a little chance of there being an exciting race.
You got to wonder what the race would look like with Goetze and Lewandowski in Dortmund.
Exactly. You take one or two of those players and you leave them still in Dortmund, and there's a title race. Right now, it's a question mark because there's such talent on Bayern, and those players, you know, are still trying to get stronger. They're still trying to take more and more and more from Dortmund and everyone else. So we have to see, because we want there to be a chance for Borussia and for other teams to shine. But in the last few years, it's really just been a one race.
The only chance, for me, the only chance, you know, of a competition in Germany is if Dortmund will continue to rise and will, you know, reach the later stages of the Champions League each and every year and you know, build themselves financially as a competition to Bayern Munich. But it's very hard to see, because Bayern enjoys the support of all the big industries and big companies in Germany, like Adidas, like Telekom and stuff. So it's hard to see even financially a competition, but you know, they must be consistent and successful in Europe so they can challenge and bring big stars to Dortmund as well. But for now, it doesn't look very optimistic.
And let's hope it happens, because when there's race in the Bundesliga, it's a beautiful league to watch. And let's now take a look at all of the results from the weekend in the Bundesliga. Schalke scored a stoppage time winner to beat Hertha Berlin at home. Borussia Mönchengladbach lost the first 5 matches of the season. They replaced the coach, and it's all good since then, as they got their 4th straight win. And what a win it was, 5-1 in Frankfurt. FC Köln will have the hard task of stopping Bayern Munich from winning 10 in a row when they travel to the Allianz Arena next weekend. They will have to play much better than they did this time, losing at home to Hannover. Bayern Munich with 9 out of 9 and a great goal difference are first with 27 points. Dortmund are second with 20, one more than Schalke in third. Finally, let's head to Italy, where after 4 years of domination by Juventus, everything now seems to be open. The Bianconeri had a chance to show they could still beat the big guys when they faced Inter, but no goals were scored at the San Siro, meaning Juve is still way back in the standings. Fiorentina are still the leaders, but they lost 2-1 in Napoli, bringing the hosts close to the top. Roma are also strong in the race after their victory over Empoli. Amit, 8 games have gone by. It's not really the beginning of the season anymore, and Juventus cannot pick it up. Maybe losing all these big stars like Tevez that left and Vidal that left, it's just too much.
Yeah, it's the spine of the team. You know, we're talking about really the core of this team. Pirlo, of course, you didn't mention, but Pirlo and Vidal were 2 of the 3 most important players in midfield, and Tevez, of course, bought all the firepower in front. So suddenly they are building a new team. They have very good stars, very good players there. I think Khedira, who's come back from injury, is looking not bad since he came in, and also Dybala, Mandzukic. They have, of course, Morata. They have good players. I think they will. I don't know if they will win the title for the 5th time in a row, but they will have a challenge.
They're 9 points away, and they have a lot of teams to catch up with.
Yes, but you still have to remember they have the best defense, which in Italy is the most important thing. And I think, you know, they will somehow, you know, have consecutive wins, and they will, you know, I don't know if they will win the title, because I think Roma has a big chance this season, but they will be close, Juventus. If they will not be in the Champions League, that will be, I think, the most surprising news in European football. And
Mike, the nice thing here, when you see the big favorites out, is that you have a lot of teams suddenly with a chance. It's Roma that Amit mentioned, and Napoli. They were the number 2 and 3 teams. Inter, which started very good and now is weakening, but is still up there. Fiorentina, Paulo Sousa, I coached here in Israel 2 years ago. Now
Fiorentina looking great, by the way.
He may lead a team to championship in Italy. Yep. That's we just spoke about Germany. What a difference here.
This is what we love to see. The Italian league, which for the last few years wasn't bringing as much excitement. And this right now is great to watch, because you have 3 to 5 teams that can really compete for the title. And right now, you know, Roma's exciting, Lazio, all the derbies that are going to be coming as well. It's fantastic to watch, and we think to see that there's going to be, a surprise. And Juventus, for them to win a 5th title in a row, it's such a challenge. What they've done already
it's never happened.
It's never happened, and there's a reason why.
Even Bayern Munich, I think they have 3 titles in a row. Not so.
It's really hard.
Also you have the mental fatigue. For players who've been there for decades, like Buffon, Chiellini, Bonucci, all these. So you can understand that, but when the money is on the table, like again we saw against Inter, you expect them to do more and to win, and they did not live up to expectations.
They could not beat Inter at the San Siro. That's what it seemed, even if they played until now.
Yeah, and it shows. Allegri needs to find solutions. Until now, last year he dwelled on the success of Conte. He added some stuff of his own as well. Now he's really building for the first time his team. And he's under a big.
And let's see how that works.
Yeah,
Amit Leventhal, Michael Friedman, thank you very much for being with us this week. And that's it for Talking Football. Join us again next week, same time, same place. Till then, thank you for watching. Bye bye.